You have to rise above the squabbling and chaos and keep believing. You have to always keep your goals in mind. The difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a person's determination. After you find out all the things that can go wrong, your life becomes less about living and more about waiting.
To realize that you do not understand is a virtue. Not to realize that you do not understand is a defect.
It is not needful for our dreams to be very grand nor very big. It is only needful for our dreams to be very shiny.
Your vision will be blurry, but it will grow clear with time.
The man of wisdom is never of two minds. The man of benevolence never worries. The man of courage is never afraid. It is difficult, when faced with a situation you cannot control, to admit you can do nothing.
The scholar does not consider gold and jade to be precious treasures, but loyalty and good faith.
A river cuts through rock, not because of its power, but because of its persistence. If it didn't come with being humiliated, it wouldn't be my life at all. I never could bear the idea of anyone's expecting something from me. It always made me want to do just the opposite. To be truly ignorant, be content with your own knowledge. It doesn't matter where you are coming from. All that matters is where you are going. Forgive yourself before you die. Then forgive others. These inspired futures hold futuristic inspirations. The difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. When you are on your path, and it is truly your path, doors will open for you where there were no doors for someone else.
Communism is the final logic of the dehumanization of man.
Be proud. You survived the days you thought you couldn't.
Convince your enemy that he will gain very little by attacking you. This would diminish his enthusiasm.
Life is short. If you doubt me, ask a butterfly. Their average lifespan is a mere 5 to 14 days.
But man's duty is to try and endeavor. Success depends upon chance and environments.
Perhaps the logical conclusion of everyone looking the same is everyone thinking the same. It might be possible that the world itself is without meaning.
A rose does not answer its enemies with words, but with beauty.
Music produces a kind of pleasure which human nature cannot do without. It's a slow process, but quitting won't speed it up. If you only write when inspired, you may be a fairly decent poet. You'll never be a novelist.
A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. Manifest plainness, embrace simplicity, choose selfishness, have few desires.
Trusting yourself means living out what you already know. Be true.
You need mountains. Long staircases don't make good hikers. Faster, faster, until the thrill of speed overcomes the fear of death.
The way to make your dreams come true is to start believing in them. Know from whence you came. If you know whence you came, there are absolutely no limitations to where you can go. Illegal aliens have always been a problem in the United States. Ask any Indian. There will always be someone who doesn't see your worth. Don't let it be you. Pull up a chair, take a taste, come join us. Life is so endlessly delicious.
When envoys are sent with compliments in their mouths, it is a sign that the enemy wishes for a truce.
Life is a series of surprises and would not be worth taking or keeping if it were not. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. There is force in the universe, which, if we permit it, will flow through us and produce miraculous results. Life starts out with everyone clapping when you take a poo and goes downhill from there.
When I stopped to take a breath, I noticed I had wings.
I don't need it to be easy, I need it to be worth it. Sharing your accomplishments is essential, but avoid the pitfall of oversharing every minor success. People soon get tired of things that aren't boring, but not of what is boring. Having perfected our disguise, we spend our lives searching for someone we don't fool. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible.
Go to heaven for the climate and hell for the company.
A wise man always has something to say, whereas a fool always needs to say something. If you can't change your fate, change your attitude. Even though our time in this life is temporary, if we live well enough, our legacy will last. Don't dwell on things. Don't stay in one place too long. It was the only way to stay ahead of sadness. On marriage, you sort of stumble along and reconnect and lose each other and reconnect again. A picture may be worth 1,000 words, but just a few of the right words can paint 1,000 pictures. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. It is not true that people stop pursuing dreams because they grow old. They grow old because they stop pursuing dreams.
I've never seen anything as bright as the rays of kindness.
In order that all men may be taught to speak truth, it is necessary that all likewise should learn to hear it. In the long run, the sharpest weapon of all is a kind and gentle spirit. To write well, express yourself like the common people, but think like a wise man. If you don't control your mind, someone else will. Don't be discouraged if your effort does not yield desirable result. Good thing, take time. To be prepared against surprise is to be trained. To be prepared for surprise is to be educated.
Forget what hurts you, but never forget what it taught you.
The highest activity a human being can attain is learning for understanding, because to understand is to be free. For my part, I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars makes me want to dream. Success is the ability to go from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. But please remember, this is only a work of fiction. The truth, as always, will be far stranger.
Great results can be achieved with small forces. The trouble is, you can shut your eyes, but you can't shut your mind.
Dreams don't work unless you take action. The surest way to make your dreams come true is to live them. It's impossible to walk through solid rock. You have to walk between the molecules that make up the rock. The light at the end of the tunnel is just the light of an oncoming train. The minute I stopped trying to find the right girl and started trying to become the right guy, the girl came. Life will just not wait for us to live it. We are in it now, and now is the time to live. Do the best you can with what you can, while you can, and success is inevitable. Life is as easy or as hard as you think it is. The truth knocks on the door and you say, "Go away, I'm looking for the truth," and so it goes away. Puzzling. Everything you want in life is a relationship away.
Face your life, its pain, its pleasure. Leave no path untaken.
We cannot face up to what lies ahead without facing up to what lies within.
Genius is measured not by static volume, but by kinetic vision.
Attitude is a choice. Think positive thoughts daily. Believe in yourself. Life isn't supposed to play out the way we want, but the way it happened. I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be. A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. Ideas have endurance without death. The only true failure is allowing fear of failure to prevent you from acting and pursuing your dreams. The body is wiser than its inhabitants. The body is the soul. The body is God's messenger. Normal is an illusion. What is normal for the spider is chaos for the fly. When you fail, you also learn how not to fail. We have all been through something. It's how you create something out of it that matters. Better to die fighting for freedom than be a prisoner all the days of your life. Books didn't make me wallow in darkness. Darkness made me wallow in books.
Stay calm. You've been through this before. You'll get through it again. Anger dwells only in the bosom of fools.
We have to know the truth about the past to discover our future. Miracles don't just happen. You have to work to succeed. You have to have an achievable dream. In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. When you make the dream of your heart a treasure of heaven, it holds an eternal value. There's a tragic clash between truth and the world. Pure, undistorted truth burns up the world. I am ignorant of absolute truth, but I am humble before my ignorance, and therein lies my honor and my reward. A hero is not known by the number of battles he has won, but rather by the kind of battles he chooses to fight. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Truth strikes us from behind and in the dark, as well as from before and in broad daylight. When life doesn't meet your expectations, it was important to take it with grace. It can take years to mold a dream. It takes only a fraction of a second for it to be shattered. Sometimes you have to lose all you have to find out who you truly are. The secret of life, though, is to fall 7 times and to get up 8 times.
And when all the wars are over, a butterfly will still be beautiful.
Success seems to be largely a matter of hanging on after others have let go. Don't hit it at all if it is honorably possible to avoid hitting, but never hit soft. That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. Life's greatest gift is the freedom it leaves you to step out of it whenever you choose. Alive or dead, the truth won't rest. Rise up while you can. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards.
The nail that sticks out farthest gets hammered the hardest. Sometimes when hardships knock, it's just life. Do not take it personal. Make visible what, without you, might perhaps never have been seen.
Comfort is no test of truth. Truth is often far from being comfortable. Live life as though nobody is watching, and express yourself as though everyone is listening.
A petty thief is put in jail. A great brigand becomes a ruler of a nation. Don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean.
We don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents. We either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. The most important thing is this: to sacrifice what you are now for what you can become tomorrow. Wisdom comes from experience. Experience is often a result of lack of wisdom. There are 3 things all wise men fear: the sea and storm, a night with no moon, and the anger of a gentle man. Take your victories, whatever they may be. Cherish them, use them, but don't settle for them.
We must meet the challenge, rather than wish it were not before us.
Being afraid to take chances is scarier than actually doing things that challenge you.
A path doesn't appear on its own. We've to make it, and we can make it. Life is short. Live it. Love is rare. Grab it. Anger is bad. Dump it. Fear is awful. Face it. Memories are sweet. Cherish them. The way to screw up somebody's life is to give them what they want.
Keep it private until it's permanent.
As long as you can use your hands, the world is your oyster.
You should never be surprised when someone treats you with respect. You should expect it. Though all men be equally frail before the world, the differences between them are terrifying. Playing it safe is the most dangerous thing you can do in life. There's no point in wishing. We can't change anything about the past. We can only remember. We can only move forward. Haters keep on hating because somebody's got to do it. No one human being knows the full truth about another human being, not even one's nearest and dearest.
Speak to me. I will spend my lifetime trying to understand you.
There's nothing wrong with not understanding yourself. Occasionally he stumbled over the truth, but hastily picked himself up and hurried on as if nothing had happened. Yet we must say something when those who say the most are saying nothing.
Growth and advancement happen outside the comfort zone.
You look up when you wish to be exalted, and I look down because I am exalted. Learn how to be ambitious. Don't be a person who waits to be married off to someone wealthy.
I would never die for my beliefs, because I might be wrong.
Autumn is a place where words fall short. It is a magic that must be felt, breathed, experienced, and treasured.
The storm is what they threw at me. The hurricane is what I became. Winning isn't enough. The acme of all skill is to defeat your enemy before taking the field.
I don't need a lot. I just want to find my peace. If you believe, you can, but work hard to believe. I have never seen or heard of such a fish, but I must kill him. I am glad we do not have to try to kill the stars. Every man should lose a battle in his youth, so he does not lose a war when he is old. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner.
I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work.
Every time you spend money, you're casting a vote for the kind of world you want. If time is precious, no book that will not improve by repeated readings deserves to be read at all. It's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then. I must be a mermaid, Rango. I have no fear of depths and a great fear of shallow living. Set high standards for yourself and live up to your own expectation. Muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone.
This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time.
He will essentially follow the language of the spectacle, for it is the only one he is familiar with. Take responsibility of your own happiness. Never put it in other people's hands. Don't forget, a person's greatest emotional need is to feel appreciated.
A person's limitations are only measured by their drive to succeed.
In this lifetime we meet and part like passing clouds. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me, and I didn't have the heart to let him down. Sometimes you need a little crisis to get your adrenaline flowing and help you realize your potential. It is an ironic habit of human beings to run faster when they have lost their way.
There is no doubt fiction makes a better job of the truth. Life would be unbearably dull if we had answers to all our questions.
If you wake up tired, you've been chasing dreams. If you go to bed tired, you're making your dreams happen. Never let doubt guide your life's compass. As shadows fade once hope is found. You're not to be so blind with patriotism that you can't face reality. Wrong is wrong, no matter who does it or says it.
It is a very natural human trait to destroy that which frightens us.
I am still in the land of the dying. I shall be in the land of the living soon.
When they say the sky's the limit to me, that's really true. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing.
I would rather die of passion than of boredom.
We all have two lives. The second one starts when we realize that we only have one.
My world is about stories that entertain, emotions that move, people you'll remember, literature that matters. I never ask a man what his business is, for it never interests me. What I ask him about are his thoughts and dreams.
All I do is lie, and that has made me immune to compliments. Man is no longer an artist. He has become a work of art.
Impossible things are really rough to do, you know. We are seeds as well as parasites to the earth. We can either give or take, depending on our perception of growth. Wisdom is having things right in your life and knowing why.
Keep their friends close and their enemies closer.
All progress takes place outside of your comfort zone. Anyone who lives within their means suffers from a lack of imagination. One can be the master of what one does, but never of what one feels. We all need to be mocked from time to time, lest we take ourselves too seriously. Rewards await you if you stay steadfast in your faith. If you take responsibility for yourself, you will develop a hunger to accomplish your dreams.
Be sure to place your feet in the right place, then stand firm. Life happens, shit happens, and it happens a lot, to a lot of people. We swallowed the chaos because we knew we didn't want to be ordinary.
A daily dose of daydreaming heals the heart, soothes the soul, and strengthens the imagination. Solitary trees, if they grow at all, grow strong.
Once you stop learning, you start dying.
We can never judge the lives of others, because each person knows only their own pain and renunciation. Autobiography begins with a sense of being alone. It is an orphan form. Some people avoid thinking deeply in public only because they are afraid of coming across as suicidal. The heart is the toughest part of the body. Tenderness is in the hands.
Become braver, stronger, wiser, kinder, and you will become better.
Work for a cause, not for a clause. Live life to express, not to impress. Wisdom is the oneness of mind that guides and permeates all things. Don't plan or make a financial decision that is dependent on another person without letting them know first. Every strike brings me closer to the next home run. This is how you start to get respect, by offering something that you have.
Don't be afraid of failure. This is the way to succeed. Kendati batasantara kebebasan, dan ketidak pedulian terkadang saru.
Stand up for what is right, even if it means standing alone. I distrust every idea that doesn't seem obsolete and grotesque to my contemporary. A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. It takes no more time to see the good side of life than to see the bad. I have so much to share with the world. Please be patient, and you will get everything you're currently waiting for.
Just remain in the center, watching, and then forget that you are there.
The things hardest to bear are sweetest to remember. There would be no society if living together depended upon understanding each other.
It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see.
Always have a willing hand to help someone. You might be the only one that does. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. The words kept coming back to him. Statement of a mystical truth and a palpable absurdity.
The most important thing about a technology is how it changes people. Until death itself comes, no calamity need be feared.
Worrying about losing is losing before you begin.
Life is an experiment in which you may fail or succeed. Explore more, expect least.
We cannot go far in life if we only take the path that everyone is taking.
Those whose upper and lower ranks have the same desire are victorious. Life doesn't require ideals. It requires standards of action.
The Western mind makes definitions, it draws lines. If life throws you a few bad notes or vibrations, don't let them interrupt or alter your song.
It does not matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything.
Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching, and doing as you say you would do.
Victory comes from finding opportunities and problems.
The best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. Feeling lost, crazy, and desperate belongs to a good life as much as optimism, certainty, and reason. Dreaming of a life not lived, but holding on to the fantasy, because the scars of reality still sting the heart. We could only choose which path to take to our destination. What happened along the way was entirely up to chance. We can't go back and change what happened. It's what we do next that matters. Value your peace of mind. Become a ghost, forget attention, just grow in private. It takes a lot of courage to show your dreams to someone else. Authority without wisdom is like a heavy axe without an edge, fitter to bruise than polish.
Prioritize your physical and mental health. They are your most valuable assets.
The sky is the limit. For some people, aim higher. Nothing is impossible. Life is what happens to us while we are making other plans. It's not enough to be nice in life. You've got to have nerve.
Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
Some stories wait their turn to be told. Others just tap you on the shoulder and insist you tell them. Never apologize for showing feeling. When you do so, you apologize for the truth.
Remember, man does not live on bread alone. Sometimes he needs a little buttering up.
What we cannot bear removes us from life. What remains can be borne. The man who alters his way of thinking to suit others is a fool. Being interesting isn't important, but being happy is, as well as being a person you're proud of.
He will win who, prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives.
Don't rush the process. Trust it. Great things take time. Win in your mind and you will win in your reality. The key to flow is to pursue an activity for its own sake, not for the rewards it brings. Don't go on discussing what a good person should be. Just be one. In the end, Lex should have stuck to his lies, for it was the truth he almost told that killed him.
The essence of being human is that one does not seek perfection.
Every time I plant a seed, he say, kill it before it grow. He say, kill it before they grow. Beauty as we feel it is something indescribable. What it is or what it means can never be said. Your heart is a powerful force. Use it consciously. The end may justify the means as long as there is something that justifies the end. Ignore all hatred and criticism. Live for what you create and die protecting it.
To be alone is to be different. To be different is to be alone. The right mindset is the first step towards the journey.